Hi everyone, Luke here from Australian Off-Road. A quick video just to recap and kind of cover key features in terms of wheels and tyres and just the criteria here. So I'll pinpoint this trailer first. So we've got a Quantum here. Now this is on a 6-stud and this is our standard rim and tyre fit out. So standard tyres from your Odyssey through to the Aurora is going to be Cooper AT3s as we see here. And the standard size is going to be a 265/70 R17. So again, this is our standard fit out, and this would be standard from the Odyssey through to the Aurora. So all the models through that range. Now we don't as such have a standard stud pattern. That is really determined by the customer and the tow vehicle. As we can see on this one, this is a 6-stud. So all our rims that come in 6-stud, regardless of offset, are going to be black as standard. So really the majority of what we build now, black is the standard, so we don't have to specify all powder coat rims. We get them off the shelf black, so that's a big thing to outline. Obviously we do offer different tyre sizes, we do offer different tyre models, let's say in terms of your Cooper ST Maxes, things like that. These will be things that you need to bring up in the terms of your finalisation meeting, so you'll bring these up with your finalisation consultant. So standard fit out in terms of a 6-stud. If we just look over to my left, you'll see on here we've got a different tyre. And we've got the tyres but in a different size. So still AT3s, but these are a slightly bigger size. So these are going to be a custom size. But the key thing to outline here is that this is a 5-stud and this is predominantly set up for a 200 series. So the offset, the stud pattern is to tailor around a 200 series and getting interchangeability. Obviously, we can see in this rim, it looks very, very different to the one we just looked at in the 6-stud. So the 6-stud, again, is black as standard. If we are fitting out a 5-stud to a POS 60, which would be your 200 series fit out, it only comes in silver. So therefore, if you want this fit out, but you want the rim to be black, you would have to pay to get that powder coated. And obviously, again, just touching on the tyre, that is still a Cooper AT3, but that is actually a 285/70, which is the biggest size we do in the 17 profile. So we can't exceed the 285 for the rolling radius. Obviously this is kind of pushing the limits and the top of the limits in terms of clearances in the arch, as you can see. So that is option number 2, let's say. Just another one to highlight here, which is completely out of what we offer. This is a BFG tire with an alloy. So we will fit pretty much whatever people bring to us, or whatever we put you in contact with for different suppliers to get something outside of Cooper's. We just don't offer any options outside of Cooper's and Mickey Thompson's. Same with rims. Our rims are always going to be 17-inch steel. If people want alloys, we're more than happy to fit them. We will give you a credit back for rims and tyres, but you would then supply your own alloys, which have to have a minimum load rating in most cases of 1,300 kilos. So in certain models, it would be 1,250. But if people are looking at ATM increases on the single axles, you would need a minimum of 1,300 kg rating. You would also need a big enough center bore to fit around the bearing housing. So this is the one that really catches a lot of people out. You can see with our bearing housing that it does protrude through the middle of the rim, being that obviously the load of the trailers, being that we're on 2 wheels compared to 4, they do require heavy duty bearings, which are going to sit through the middle of that rim, and therefore mean that the rim have to have a center bore of, in most cases, 110 mil, which really drops down your options. It means that you can't just bring along rims that have been fitted on tow vehicles, because pretty much I can almost guarantee you 99% of the time, if it's any alloy off a tow vehicle in terms of a factory fitted tow vehicle rim, it's not going to be adequate to fit on the trailer in terms of load rating, and it's not going to have that center bore. So in most cases, when it comes to aftermarket alloys, they are going to be aftermarket. You're going to have to purchase them elsewhere, so they suit the criteria that we need. Hopefully that makes sense. This is one of the biggest topics that we cover when we go through the finalisation meetings. It's obviously a big point that people bring up at the point of buying trailers, to know that they can get interchangeability. And that is what we're trying to achieve when we do offset and stud patterns, is being able to interchange between tow vehicle and trailer to obviously eliminate the need for separate spares. So hopefully that makes sense. Alloys, steel rims in 6-stud are going to be black. Steel rims in terms of 5-stud are going to be silver if they are for a 200 series. They can be done in different colours if needed, but that's where you'd have to pay for powder coating.